Me, by God, Gene. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the greatest fictitious college football show in the world, Craig. In the world, Craig. It's the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network. We present to you the show they know as the Gridiron. And as you can see, there are two people on the screen. Today, we have the lovely opportunity for a man that has made his comeback. If you have heard Broken Glass somewhere during this week, if you heard the countdown for like Chris Jericho back in the day going to 2000, break the walls down. If you heard any of that this week, then you knew that a certain person came back, and it's not really a comeback. It's he joined the world of the college football 2026, and that's the coach of Notre Dame, Mr. Lou Holtz III. Coach Lou, Coach Holtz, welcome to college football 26. Welcome to the experience, baby. How you feeling?
Well, I'm glad to be here. It feels good to be here for 26. As everyone can see, it's good to be back. You know, the trash talking started, so I was like, you know what? Let me round the block one more time.
There you go, baby. So, you've been playing the game for a couple of days. How's it feel? Has the gameplay changed on you any?
It has. It's opened up a lot more. More options on defense is a beautiful thing. I took the time when I joined. There was 2 games left in the regular season against Stanford and Syracuse, and I just kind of looked from the sidelines. I looked over the defense, looked over what we had, what was coming in, and I said, okay. I took over in the bowl game against North Carolina, and I was really able to explore the defense and the openness of the defense. The more defensive plays and sets this season are great. But I'll say this: it's harder to get user time and picks, which is what I live off of. I live off of user time and picks, and I cannot get one to save my life.
And so this week you had some breaking news, and I want to just go through it because the people don't know that there was a coach in place before you got the job. So let's go right directly to the press release. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish would like to announce the departure of James Franklin and Marcus Freeman from our program. Together, both coaches led our legendary football team to an 8-4 record. Freeman 6-4, Franklin 2-0, and a number 24 ranking in the AP poll. We wish both coaches nothing but prosperity and good luck in their future endeavors. We would like to announce Lou Holtz III as our new head football coach. He has an impressive resume and lead us in the bowl season and beyond. Thank you for your attention and support. And as always, we are indeed Go Irish. I want to say that was a very classy way to let go of the coaches that you had in position before. Going forward, Mr. Holtz III, what do you see? Like, are you able to change how much your recruiting is done? What can you where can you make an impact in the next couple of weeks going into the next season?
Well, then recruiting is pretty much done until we get to the transfer portal at this point. Um, I'm not sure how the previous regimes were recruiting, but I also noticed that a lot of talent wasn't scouted. And when that talent wasn't scouted, you can't really tell who's who. So between spring and summer, we got to separate the wheat from the chaff. And I got players that's really in danger of transferring from the school. Jeremiah Love is one. He's in danger of hitting the transfer portal. If I can't talk him in the stand, I can't talk him in the stand. But it's like this. Either way, we're gonna win without you.
Okay.
So
So the price is right. He's gonna stay the way it looks right now for you.
yes.
But okay, but I thought Love was draft eligible, so you might lose him to the draft. If anything else.
Quite possibly could. But I was looking at the list and it was saying that he was in danger of transferring. I think he has one more year eligibility, so he's in danger of transferring.
Hold on, let me hit this comment real quick. My guy, Coach Jackson. Yo, that was a tough one last night. Monday, we'll talk about it. I don't know if we're gonna make it the whole show because Coach might fire us when we talk on Monday, but we got a lot to talk about on Monday. Man, let's talk about something else. You got your recruiting in place. What are you looking to do schedule wise this upcoming season? I know there's been some challenges in the live talk. Are you going to rearrange the Notre Dame schedule to accommodate some of the trash that has been talked? Talk to me about that.
Rearranging the schedule is a must because as was said before in some messages with the rest of the league, Penn State wants to go one-on-one with the great one, and going one-on-one with the great one will guarantee to make your monkey ass famous. So I'm going to accommodate Penn State, but it has to be done the right way because myself and the coach of Penn State, we always feel that when we play each other, it has to be mid to late November, early December, so we can get that dust to fall over Beaver Stadium or Notre Dame Stadium, wherever we play, and you can get the flurries, and it could possibly be a nasty, muddy game, but it's also going to be cold. So that's a must. Michigan, I would love to restart that rivalry and do a home and home the next couple of seasons. I've talked with Alabama. I said to Alabama, I would leave Alabama alone for the time being because of coming in, and I want them full strength. I don't want any excuses.
So let's talk about. Well, you know what? I'll wait till you leave, and I'll talk about that. But
Okay.
Do you have enough landing space for when Alabama comes to town? Because he has to fly in private jet, and then the team comes in on their jet. Then the boosters come in on a different jet. Like, is there enough landing space and landing strips for the Alabama kids to even come to Notre Dame?
Well, the way we got it set up, I think we can accommodate. But I mean, just to make them happy, I think the first go round we'll do it in Tuscaloosa.
Okay. So,
But as far as
when you get that player parking lot, it's gonna be Mercedes Benz, Dodge Challengers, Chargers,
Hellcats,
somebody
everything.
have the Mustang. This might be a couple of Lexus. It's just Alabama. It's the Alabama.
Yeah. I mean, I'm running around my players parking lot. We got Acura Legends, man. So.
Okay.
But as far as the schedule goes, I would love to get Clemson. I would love to get South Carolina. I want to mix it up, but I want to get all my rivalries in. But I want to mix it up.
I don't know if you want that Clemson smoke or that South Carolina smoke, man. They some Spartans over there,
Well, I understand that. And
Okay.
I'm not shy when it comes to game planning. And I'll tell you in a
Yeah.
heartbeat, the first thing you do is I go by the early Ravens defense. If I can get up by 10, I got a run game that'll run that clock out. So I'm gonna play stall ball, and we'll go wishbone all the way down the field and see if you can stop it. I'll tell you what plays are coming, but see if you can stop it. That's how confident I am. I have I'm bringing back one of my offensive assistants from last season, and
Okay.
she is 4 years old, but she has a great grasp of the offensive concept that we like to run.
Oh, so we're running the meatloaf spread offense concept. I mean, the meatloaf power offense exclusive.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I heard she's ahead of her time. I mean,
She is.
4-year-old bringing together offense. She's a heavy run game person. She's probably 60-40 when it comes run game to pass, but that's gonna be interesting. I wish you well, Coach. We right around that time where you might have to bounce out, and I appreciate you giving us some time this morning. Anything else you want to say before you get out of here?
Only thing I got to say, number one, thank you for having me. Thank you
No
for
problem.
getting me in here. And this won't be the last time that I show up, but I will say this: that bowl win last night, it could have been worse for North Carolina. But I just want to put the league on notice. It ain't gonna be no cakewalk when you coming through South Bend, Indiana.
And looks like we got another comment says might be the greatest play caller on the East Coast, Coach Jackson. I don't know if you word travels about the meatloaf offense. So, with that being said, Coach, I appreciate you giving me this time this morning. I'm gonna get to your ball game against North Carolina. I want to go through some of the awards, try to hit the playoff schedule, and set the show up and get people out of here so everybody can get to their regular schedule college football weekend, and they don't get stuck up and caught up in the greatest fictitious college football league in the world, Craig. In the world, Craig.
In
But
the
with that
world,
being
Craig.
said, thank you, sir.
All right.
I'll
Thank
catch
you
up
for
with
your
you.
time.
Yeah, no problem, brother. All
All right.
right. Thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the coach of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish in the college football 26 series. My guy he's a vet from the last league, but he took some time before he came over, switched over, found the light, found his way in what we call college football 26. He is now present and making an impact in the world. And let's get to some of these awards because these teams have been playing all season. We got some awards that have been given out. We have some bowl games that have been played. So we'll bring you down the home stretch of the season. And hopefully next week we'll have the playoffs played through. And I can provide you with the head coach of the team that won the league itself. But with that being said, let's start it off with the Lombardi Award. The Lombardi was won by Derek Moore. Right, I guess that's the right edge for Michigan. So the Michigan man comes in, gets him some love, gets him some play. Coach Powell, what's good, bro? Hey, man, you tell me, bro, because we're gonna have an interesting talk on Monday. I saw Coach Jackson in here earlier. We're gonna have some fun on Monday. You might not have fun, but it's gonna be an interesting conversation. Next up is the Walter Camp Award. The winner of this is Justice Haynes. Now, this kid's another Michigan kid, but this kid's been up in the top of the rankings all season. The great thing about this kid is he should be up for the Heisman. He was the leader in the Heisman voting. I don't know if we have the Heisman awarded yet, but we'll see. Next up, we had a bowl game played. South Carolina ends its season on a victorious note with a 21-17 victory. Looks like they came back in the fourth quarter in this game. You see the numbers. Down 17-7, going into the fourth, 14 points scored. Total offense, 375. Let's see. rush yards, 124 and a touchdown. Coach keeps it balanced, baby. 251 through the air, 2 TDs. Defense was a little leaky early, it looks like, but they held on, or they came back and stole the ball game from them. The next award that we have is the Doak Walker. This is awarded to the best running back or the running back of the year. And of course, if the kid's up for the Heisman, kid's up for the Walter Camp, he's definitely going to win the Doak Walker. It's Justin Haynes from Michigan winning this award as well. Next up, we had another bowl game. And in this bowl game, Coach Jackson and his Clemson Tigers beat Miami, number 11 Miami. Score was 14-12. So this sounds like Coach was outside of the playoff process based on the teams that won the conferences. And this might be the reason Coach might be one of those people that helped lead the charge to the NCAA next year, expanding to 16 teams. Because if the 4 conference champs aren't strong or as strong as some other teams, they may make a way for some of these other teams to get in with better records and make it more competitive, and also just make the experience so much better for you, the fans. Coach goes out with 216 yards of offense. This was a tight ball game the whole way through. Nail biter Miami makes it close at the end, but can't make the 2-point conversion. So Coach Jackson escapes by the hair on his chinny chin. 101 yards rushing, 1 TD, 115 passing yards. And then on the side of the Hurricanes, just 31 yards rushing, but they did get a TD from the rushing game. And then 161 yards passing. In the comment section, okay. So Coach Jackson just corrected me. Thank you, Coach. He said, this was my ACC championship game. I appreciate you giving me that info, brother. So then the next playoff thing isn't the correct one. There's one that's going to be final after that. And then Coach Power says his play calling sucks. If you don't know, Coach Jackson every week makes a pledge or an ask to do some play calling in the world of the Spartans. And Coach Devon Powell politely Dikembe Mutombos and gives them the no when it comes to his play calling efforts or requests. Let's see what we got next. The Maxwell Award. Justin Haynes again. This kid is cleaning up. He's going to have a very healthy trophy case by the time we get to the end of it. And let's see. Yep, the Heisman was awarded. So Justice Haynes wins that. This kid's made a clean sweep. He made the right choice transferring out of Alabama and ending up at Michigan. He might not have the plush life of the private helicopters and everything, but did his thing. And here's the playoff picture. And yes, it was updated. Thank you to KG for getting me the info this morning on the updated stuff. So the amazing thing is our top 4 teams are all Big Ten teams. And that's crazy. So we got Coach Darnell with the 1 seed, Coach Day with the 2, Coach Rodney with the 3. 4 is Oregon. I'm sorry, Coach. I'm blanking on your name as we speak. I apologize. We got Clemson at the 10 spot with Coach Jackson and Coach DeVron with LSU. So we could have an LSU-Michigan game. We could have a Clemson-Ohio State game where user versus user crime happens. And that could be very interesting. That can make things it makes things fun. I mean, for the guys that use Twitch, I love the graphics on Twitch. The only issue I have is I can't go back and watch your game after your game is done. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, we got some laughing emojis here from the 2 coaches, man. I appreciate you, brothers, man. I appreciate you guys opening the doors up to the home of the Spartans to a brother like me. Like last night felt like home. It ain't home. Coach, don't even think about it. It ain't 4300 Harewood Road in Northeast. But still, nothing but love given. We got to get your super mom either on the show or we got to get an interview with the super mom that's doing her 5th year at Laurel. Back to the playoffs. These are the top teams of the year right now, and we're gonna have a nice playoff system. I can't wait till these guys go live. I hope most of the users have YouTube so I can go back and watch it if I missed the game. But that's just me being selfish, and I apologize for being selfish. Earlier we talked to Coach Lou Holtz. So Lou Holtz took over the Irish for the bowl game. They played North Carolina. 24 to nothing was the score. Coach Lucky got back into his bag. 77 yards rushing, and then it looks like he got 207 yards through the air. But I mean, like he said, he's one of those coaches that he don't believe in shootouts. With him, 13-10 is a shootout. 17-13 is a shootout. That's why we always do. If you ever watch the Sunday Rise, whenever he gives a score and is in that range, we do the pew 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 because that's his version of a shootout. The Big Ten championship game, I'm guessing that's what this is. Michigan and Penn State. These two guys go back and forth like nobody's business on the WhatsApp and the coaches talk. And it looks like Michigan got the best of this, 21-3. Michigan goes for 253 yards of total offense, 138 on the ground, 3 TDs. They get 115 through the air. On the other side of the ledger, Penn State couldn't get their running game going, and that says it all because Penn State is a heavy run team in this league with 13 carries and 14 yards. That says it all. That is the recipe for this not working for the Penn State Nittany Lions. Shout out to a former coworker, Sarah Graziani. She always calls them the Nitty Kitties. I don't want to get into the details of that, but that's just her way, her affectionate way of talking bad about the Penn State Nittany Lions. Next up, and our last thing is, well, we already did this, the Heisman Trophy. But let's go back to the Oregon, the playoff situation. And when we have the playoffs, I'm always interested to see how this plays out. And the reason is because I always say I'm a big proponent of styles make fights, right? And if you think about it, we got some very different styles. We got some styles that we don't know. Like I would love for Clemson to be Baylor because I want to see Clemson and Ohio State because Coach Jackson seems like he's a very open offense kind of guy, but the Ohio State defense is so good that this would be a classic matchup of offense versus defense. I'd love to see Penn State against like an Ole Miss because Ole Miss will give them different distractions or different opportunities when it comes to the passing game. And again, Penn State's a team that's a heavy run team in this league. One of the most dynamic run teams in the league as we talk about it. So I don't want to go any further than the quarterfinal in my projections, but that's another set of good matchups, man. The way these teams match up and the way this is going to play out, this is going to be crazy. LSU, if LSU advances and plays Michigan, I don't remember LSU style, but again, when you have user versus user, you have that interesting dynamic of human nature playing against each other. Two teams just fighting it out. And then the last one is just Oregon. And Oregon is just a buzzsaw. I don't know if you guys know this. Yeah, I mean, of course, if you paid attention to the show all the way through from season 1 when we did College Football 25, Oregon's always around. Oregon's offense is dynamic. It's open. It's motion. It's passing. It's running. Like they take care of everything. They got balance, but they are a very unique and dynamic passing offense. And if they can get in their rhythm, it's a hard team to stop. But if they can advance and maybe Michigan advance, we get a classic from 2025 college football. So that's going to be interesting. Then we get the newness at the bottom of the screen. If Penn State advances and either one of the Ohio State and Clemson advances, we're going to get an old dog versus a new dog. And that's going to be fun. That's going to be an interesting dynamic that we haven't even touched yet. The reason we haven't touched is because we haven't gotten to it. We got two guys that answer the question. I always say, if you want the smoke, we got the cigar and the lighter. That's our moniker of this league. And we got some guys that have come in, Coach Day, Coach Jackson, Coach DeVron. They've answered the question of wanting the smoke. And that's what you're going to get in this league. I got one more comment. Coach Jackson said I beat Baylor this morning. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. So we got it already set up. We got Clemson and Ohio State in the next round. And that's going to be a good game, man. both of y'all use Twitch. I just realized that. All right, that's going to be interesting. I got to watch that live then because both users use Twitch, and Twitch doesn't allow you to go back. Twitch has the better graphics overall, but for some reason, once the game is played, I can't do it. Now, maybe just because I'm 50 and I'm just not technically savvy, but it also could be just the way Twitch is set up. Twitch is a live operation. With that being said, let's get here. Hold on. There we go. Let's get that out of the way. So, update on the league real quick as a whole. We've added a couple of teams, a couple of new users, and I apologize if I don't have the exact names correct, but I know Oregon State has a new user. I think that's Isaiah. We have the comeback of Lou Holtz III taking over Notre Dame. We have the Alabama kid, Dario, the silent assassin, as Darnell calls him. The kid don't say much at all. He don't say a whole lot of words. He just got a lot of actions and a lot of pomp and circumstance around it. He might not even walk. This kid might float down the street. Like he might have a little cloud under his feet, almost like a Saiyan type of thing. Kid's unique. Y'all don't even understand it. Let's see. Oregon State was at it. Alabama was at it. Notre Dame was at it. So we're waiting on one more of the trio, the in-house trio, to come along. I'm not sure when that's going to happen. And I don't know if we're going to add any other coaches. But like we said, this is the College Football 26 podcast. It's called the Gridiron. And what we do is we like to have fun, man. We like to just talk to people. I know we're talking about a video game, but it ain't no fun just playing the game. Let's have as much fun as possible, folks. If you're a coach and you want to jump in with me, dog, trust me, I don't mind. I'm good with that. I'll post a link every week in the thing. You can jump in. Just give me a heads up. Like, just don't jump into the show. Like give me a little time to set up and, make time for you. But, dog, this is your project. This is your thing. College Football 26, the Gridiron, is not mine. I just do this for the fun of it. And I like to just do things on the edge. And if you want to jump in with me, grab a mic. Well, you don't grab mics in this scenario. You just add yourself to the studio, jump in. We'll talk about your game. We'll talk about whatever, man. We can talk about your recruiting. I don't care. This is for entertainment purposes. And what we try to do is bring you the most entertaining fictitious college football show in the world, Craig. And with that being said, we're coming to the end of the Gridiron. I want to thank Coach Lou Holtz III for jumping in with me. I want to thank all the guys that play in the league. I want to thank all the new guys for jumping in with us and just being active. I want to thank Coach Jackson, Coach Powell for being in the comments. You don't know how much that helps. That just makes the show go. But if y'all want to jump in, especially Coach Jackson, you got to jump in. You got to jump in. We got to talk because I ain't talked to you in a minute. I ain't talked to you yet. So maybe next week you pull up a chair and you hang out with the Midnight Rider for a little bit. But with that being said, like I said before, and I'll say it again, it's College Football 26 podcast show. It's called The Gridiron. If you want to join the league and you want the smoke, we got the lighters, we got the cigars. Next week, we'll be talking to whoever the champion is of the league. If that plays out in enough time to make it by this time. And if it's not the champion, I'm going to talk to the two teams playing in the championship game. But how we do it, we're going to make it work. But with that saying, thank you for indulging in this moment of us having some fun with something we do for fun. Gridiron, Sideline Junkies Podcast Network. I'm the Midnight Rider. We don't do no overtime. We are out of